Welcome back to the Dax and Randy Show, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. You're coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dax and Randy Show. I'm your host, Dax. I'm happy to have you guys with us here today for another episode. And as always, I got my beautiful co-host, my amazing wife, my friend, my business partner, my everything. What's up, man?
Hi, I am Randi, the co-host of the Dex and Randy Show. And you forgot to mention.
What's up? What'd I forget?
I'm your workout buddy.
You are my, but we've been talking about that lately, but you are my workout buddy, you know what I'm saying? And as the guy at the gym likes to call us, we like the fit couple now. I don't know if he's just trying to gas us to keep us in the gym, but every time I see him, your boy has something to say about us. But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I love working out with you. It's giving me a new motivation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of you and I see you in the gym. And I was thinking that earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Yes, for sure. Am I? Hey, it's good that we're here to, yeah, I know it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's good that we're here to support each other and everything. You know what I'm saying? So what's up with you? You got your coffee and everything? You ready to talk? You are?
I'm ready to pod. How about you?
I'm ready to pod. You know what I'm saying? I'm always ready to pod. But before we get into all that, you reminded me of something a couple minutes ago. We got to jump into it early. And you got on the shirt to match. You know what I'm saying? So what did you remind me of? What's up?
This show and all shows are sponsored by Basden Accounting, LLC.
Tell them about Basden, man.
Basden Accounting is the best accounting, payroll, bookkeeping, advisory company to ever do it because we own it.
Hey, serious. But you know what, though? Serious, man. This episode sponsored by Basden Accounting, LLC. If you need to get your accounting done, you need advisory, you got a business, you need to know what's the right decisions to make, what you should be doing with your money. You need to be tracking your money. You need your financials done. You need your accounts reconciled. You need somebody that's going to be able to give you tax advice before the end of the year to make sure you're in the right situations. You know what I mean? You need a financial advisor to be there with you hand in hand as you're operating your business. Give you a chance to go out there and meet with clients and do your thing and trust that somebody's got all the important stuff taken care of on the back end. You need to hit up Basden Accounting today. You know what I mean? We're really the best at all of that. So this episode and all episodes sponsored by Basden Accounting until this podcast starts making some money, which I know that it will. You know what I'm saying? But talk about Basden Accounting real quick. Hey, look, man, I'm going to be honest about something. And you guys might be able to relate, but we just going to use our business as an example real quick. But sometimes you be forgetting how good you are, man. You know what I'm saying? And we had a call recently with a client and they were talking to us looking for some advice on, you know what I mean? Basically what they should be thinking about as they're looking to grow their business. You know what I'm saying? As they're looking to bring in more employees and bring in more money. And it was such an insightful conversation for me. You know what I'm saying? And I won't break it down a little bit before I get into too much details, but the client was thinking about doing something where they needed some money. You know what I mean? They needed some advice on how should I take this money? Do I take it out my business? What do I do with it? That type of thing. So we got on this call and then we started going down this conversation of like the benefits of taking money out the business, how we should be taking it, the type of business structure they got an S corp, like, and as we were going through this conversation, I'm sitting there like in the background, even though I'm right on the front, I'm like watching us play off each other. You know what I'm saying? And it was highlighting all the stuff that you're good at, which is like the actual numbers, the actual accounting, where the books are right now, what he really can afford. You know what I'm saying? What he can afford. Does he really need the money or not? Like, you had this real good picture of like where the financials actually are. And then I came in with the advisory part of like, where are we going in the future? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to do? And I'm sitting there, I'm part of the conversation. I'll tell you, it was, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes, however long it was.
It was an hour.
It was an hour? But I was sitting there. Yeah. Oh, see, that's all right. My bad. I was late.
That's how you think that it was.
I thought it was short, but listen, but now I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I hate to say it this so simply, but I'm like, yo, we're really good. Like, we're really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're really good. And not just good with technical knowledge, but like we're business owners ourselves and we're very real people. So like, not only are we giving you the advice and all the numbers and all the options you got, but we're also giving that personal transparent aspect of like decisions that were made, how we hired people we probably shouldn't have hired. You know what I mean? The reasons why we hired the way we hired and now how we changed it. Like, we're very open about that. And I was just sitting there honest. I didn't stay on this too long, but I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, we're really dope. Like, we're really good at what we do. And businesses should work with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll build everything from the ground up, no debt, didn't borrow no money from nobody, didn't have advisory at first ourselves. Like, we went through the bumps, we learned things, we went through tough times, but now we brought in advisors and consultants to help us go to the next level. We'll fought through those decisions together. You know what I'm saying? We'll made mistakes, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll have to sit there and be like, hey, we should be making more money than we're making. Just little things like that. And I just saw it all kind of come together in this conversation for this guy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was impressed with that. I really was, you know what I mean? So thank you for everything you do, you know. And the other thing I want to say about Basden Accounting is that we got a really good accountant and a really good accountant. And lately I have more appreciation for her too. You know what I'm saying? And it was good to see her recently. You know what I mean? And I don't get to see her often, but thinking how she has been so instrumental to us growing as well. She's growing with us. You know what I mean? She brings us a lot of value too. And I'm just like, you know, me and you's come a long way since school. You know what I'm saying? We'll come a long way since school, then. And we'll build something that's really big. And this business that we're doing now with Quiet Money Corporation and Dax and Randy show that's a part of that, we gonna go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I know it, but that's because I got you. That's because I got you. You know what I'm saying? You're only as good as the person that you're working with. And me and you are like Shaq and Kirby, though. Serious. Like, we really, our strengths are not the same at all.
Not at all.
Our strengths are not the same, but it literally doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dope conversation to have. But anyway, you got a business out there, you're doing something, like, take some time, like, take a quick little second, give yourself some love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't always as good as you are now, but give yourself a little love. You know what I mean? We're always so critical of ourselves. You know what I mean? Well, we always see what we're not good at, and I'm the king of that. But sometimes you need a little moment to be like, nah.
Remember, I used to be afraid to hop on the calls.
And not now you're doing your thing. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let's sit on this real quick. You was afraid to hop on calls, but lately you're like, oh, I'll lead it. You know what I'm saying? You're not your favorite, but you'll lead it. You'll give me updates on it. You know what I mean? You'll bring me in. You let me know when you need me there. So it's not like a just you do this, you do that, but we do recognize like you're better at this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we're arguing as much about business like we used to. Not as much.
Well, you've been more involved.
Well, yeah, that helps too. That helps too. You know what I'm saying?
I would say you were fairly absent.
Yeah.
And you just come in and
but you know what I mean? I have a desire to be a true partner to you. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I haven't always liked how you said it, but like we didn't come up with this business on our end. We had it since 2017, but it is our business. So you always will remind me like, hey, this is your business too. You know what I'm saying? And it is. And if it's not going as far down the street as I might want it to go, if I'm not involved, I can't really say too much about it and vice versa. So like wherever our business continues to go, we together have to get it there. Just like the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So that was dope. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. Not great, feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? I've been struggling with just feeling like healthy and like battling something. My back's been hurting. That's been the main thing. Just fighting through that, not thinking so negative about it, getting back in the gym. But like sometimes you want things to be fixed right away and it don't. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you this, like I haven't really gone into the detail level, but I'll go into the details real quick. But like 6-7 months ago, I went outside, walked the dog, came back in random, and my back was just done. Like I couldn't even like move it or whatever. And ever since then, it hasn't never come back to be 100% the same. Like not 100%.
we don't know what happened.
And I don't know nothing. Like I was just completely fine. Like, so think about that in your life. Like, and this happens to people all the time. Like you walk out the door and you don't realize what's waiting for you on the other side of the door. Life be like that. So you walk out the door healthy, you're in between, you know, you're taking a little break from work, you're at the computer, and you just do something you do 1,000 times, just like take the dog out real quick. And when I went out, whatever happened, I don't know. I came back and I was never the same. Like, I haven't been the same since, not 100%. It does a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy for you to be motivated. It's easy for you to like push yourself forward when everything's good. You know what I'm saying? But when it's not good, what do? How do you persevere through that? You need a partner like Randy to try to help you out. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But it could be so frustrating and brings you down so much when it's like it's getting better, but it's not 100% yet. You know what I mean? It's just always like a reminder. Maybe you got something similar. Maybe it's not your back. Maybe it's something else that you're going through where it's like, I just wish this was over. I just wish I could come out on the other side. I just wish this trial, this pain was gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. So that's been the kind of like weight in the back of my mind. I'm just trying, because it's just not 100% yet. You know what I mean? It's been a little frustrating, but I'm doing something about it. Getting to the gym, you know what I mean? Working on it. You told me I need to talk to it, so that was interesting.
Talk to it. So
You know?
I had a lot of back pain after I had our second son. I was in physical therapy because there was something, I don't know if it was the sciatic nerve, but something was wrong. And I found myself in pain quite often. So you got to talk to that thing. Hey, you getting out my body today.
Mm-hmm.
You are healed in Jesus' name. And, you just got to work on it and focus on it and try to stay positive, just believing that it's going to be gone.
For real. But how you doing, man? I'm talking about me, old me, you know what I mean? But how are you doing? You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I'm not great today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling encouraged, but I'm still working through this thing that's tough. And I just want to encourage you guys, like, if you're going through something and you're starting to come out the other side and you're not 100% there, like, it's okay that you're not feeling the greatest sometimes. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay that, because it's hard, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay, but you can't give up and you can't fall into that hole, which is so easy to fall into. And I feel like I be falling into the hole during the multiple times a day, and you be right there to try to pull me back up a little bit. And I appreciate you for that. You know what I'm saying? But just know that when something goes wrong and you ain't been able to get it all the way right yet, it's almost like you're standing on top of a hill and you're starting to slowly sink into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what are you going to do to keep your head above it? Like, you might not be able to get all the way out the hill, but are you going to continue to sink and sink and sink, or are you going to fight? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to fight. I have been fighting, and it doesn't mean I'm losing the fight just because it's not completely going yet. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to stay tuned with that. Y'all keep me in your thoughts. You know what I mean? I got to get my back 100% back. And it's not even bad. It's not even terrible. It's just not 100%. And it's just that reminder of, like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'd be like, I'm not what I used to be. You know what I mean? And that happens. And that's hard. You know what I mean? But maybe I'll come out better. Who knows?
Maybe. But I still want you to think about if you have to live with pain. Of course, I want to believe it's going to be better and healing and everything. But what if it's just one of those things where your back is not 100%? Because that's kind of where I worry about you.
What you mean by that?
Like, I don't know that you'll be okay mentally. Like, if it's because you keep saying, well, when my back is 100%, when it's 100%, but sometimes that's not how life works.
Mm-hmm.
Things may not go back to how they used to be. Sometimes, you injure yourself. You might have pain in that area forever. So I like to explore the worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. Of course, believing that it's going to get better, but dang, if it doesn't get better, what am I going to do? And I think if you took some time to explore that, then you might actually feel better because you have a plan in place. Like, you could say, all right, if my back doesn't get better, this is what I'm going to do. Pain management wise, or like, I don't know, or I'm gonna go to this type of doctor. I'm gonna work out, 4 days a week. I'm gonna do this type of exercise. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but just the mental part too is the most important, because you got to learn how to live through the pain. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because my mom used to have hip pain, and I used to see her. She'd be like, I'm in pain every single day. Mm-hmm. She would never know it, but she would be outside walking around the block, rubbing her leg, like doing all these things, knowing that she was in pain, but not really, it didn't rule her life. Like she was still happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you have family members that's living through some pain.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I need you to, you know what I mean, for stuff like that. But you're right. What if my mindset, because yeah, you're right. Like, what if my mindset was more, let's just say it's always not straight anymore. It's not like it used to be. And sometimes in life, you do have to come to this conclusions like it's not going to be what it used to be. Maybe it's not. Maybe I would look at it different where if it does come back 100%, that's like bonus. You know what I'm saying? But like I could really mentally prepare for life this way, which is like it's 90%, not 100. And maybe I'll start looking at my 90% life as 100, even if it's not what it used to be. And that's some of the advice I'm giving to some of my family members. Maybe I need to take my own advice, which is like, we can't always keep looking back. You know what I mean? And the thing that's tough is sometimes when you look back, you think that that's the best version of yourself, or that's, you know, you've kind of lost it and now you're on it done. And we got some friends that think like that, and other aspects where it's like, you know, I'm ill now, I'm broken down, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not what I used to be. But what if you ain't what you used to be? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On the other side, I used to be 100% back, but I weren't a podcaster. I used to have 100% back, but I was out there living by myself. I didn't have no kids, no wife, no real responsibilities. Weren't really taking care of my body well, even when it was 100%. You see what I'm saying? So my back might have been 100%, but my lungs and my heart was deteriorating because of how I was eating and recreational activities. You know what I'm saying? So like, what does it really mean for real? Maybe I'm actually going towards a better version of myself, even when I'm not 100%, because look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Hey, see, that's why you're the GOAT. Hear me? That's why you're the GOAT, yo. That's why you're the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Because look what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm working out every day. Every day. You know what I mean? Go up, maybe get, man, you're the GOAT. Serious. You know what I mean? But look, you're right. I'm working out every day. I spend more time with my kids. I'm not eating mad healthy, but I am eating better. You know what I'm saying? So what am I actually taking better care of myself now? You know what I mean?
100%. Absolutely.
Ain't that crazy though? Because when nothing was wrong, there weren't no urgency to take care of myself. And now maybe there is. And maybe that's something to celebrate and not feel bad about.
Well, you've been saying every year God has been trying to get your attention.
No.
So he got it.
He definitely got it. He's definitely got it. But I did feel like he was trying to get my attention to like change some things. And I don't know why. But I look at our youngest son, and I haven't even told you this, but I'm going to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I look at Christian, our 11-year-old, and I think certain things. But I recognize that I had him when I was like in my 20s. So like, even if I wasn't really taking good care of myself or whatever, like he got the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going, whatever. But lately I've been looking at our youngest son, you know what I'm saying? And I've been thinking to myself, what would I have to do for you to make it to your 30s like me and still be here for you? I never thought that about my oldest son because I just assumed that it would happen like that. You see what I'm saying? There was no urgency to even think that it's not. But it's certain things that's been happening with lost loved ones. I lost my cousin young. I lost my friend. I mean, he wasn't my closest friend, but he was a friend of ours at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's married and got kids just like me. And I'm looking at my youngest son and I'm like, all right, well, if I feel this way today, how would I get another 35, 37 years here to see you become my age? You know what I'm saying? To see you be able to do the things that I'm doing. And would I want to miss out on it for real? It's been hitting me like, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I got to do some work for you so that you could have me. It's like a difference. Like what, and maybe we don't think enough like that as parents sometimes, but like we think about ourselves, we think about what we're doing, but like, what are you doing to preserve yourself for your kids? Like, I know you do. Yeah, I haven't do. I know you do. I feel like you started thinking like that a long time ago with like when Mariah started getting older. I feel like you started thinking a little bit different but before me. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
you know. And I know it's intensifying now, but yeah, I've been thinking that when I look at our youngest son, like, dang, like I want you to have me,
Right.
and I want to be able to have you. It means everything. But I appreciate you because, yeah, I need to feel good about how I'm living. And we always look at the results, but maybe the result ain't gonna be everything that you want. Because sometimes you could put a whole lot into something in life, and it don't be a perfect result for you. You know what I'm saying? One of the people I admire the most, so I'll tell you this real quick, which you already know, and I need to continue to connect with him because he's an amazing person. You know what I'm saying? But he gives me an inspiration that I could never get from anybody else, and this is my grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Because here he was at a young age, recently got married. You know what I'm saying? Got married young, and pretty much my whole childhood he had Crohn's disease. You know what I'm saying? So imagine us getting married, you know, like when we got married, and then soon after that, your husband's sick. That was his journey. You know what I'm saying? But what I remember the most is not even the fact of him being sick. It's the fact that every time I saw him, he had to be the most loving, the most giving, the most sharing person you'll ever meet. And he will always say stuff to me. He'd be like, hey, well, you know, when I go heaven, they gonna take this jacked up body and give me a better one. That's how he always used to talk. But he never was self-done on himself. And I know he's had his moments, I'm sure, in private and all of that. But if you ever talk to him, he'd be the one trying to raise your spirits. He'd be the one talking about like this thing that he's got. It don't define him at all. He's out there working. He's out there in his garden. He's out there talking to people in the middle of the street for hours. You know what I'm saying? And he had every reason to be different than that. Why me? You know what I'm saying? I'm young. I got a daughter. I got 2 boys. Like, I got a young wife. Why I gotta be sick? Why I gotta be like this? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my granny was fine, for real. You know what I mean? But like, why me? Just like me, I be thinking like, why me? Like, you know what I mean? What did I do? But I admire him because he's the one that, man, he used to have a freaking colostomy bag on the side of his hip. And I'll watch him come pick me up from the airport, take me back to his house or whatever. And I'll go downstairs and he'll be like, all right, Prince, I got something in the fridge for you. And it'd be like juices and cereal and like, just give me the whole experience of like coming back from school and being excited to have me. You know what I mean? It was never about him. You know what I mean? He's lived so many years later, been sick with that, been sick with something else. But every time you see it, it's got a smile on his face. And he always would, he would say things to me like, all right, let's go get our breakfast. You know, I got to cook my breakfast in 3 minutes. I got to fuel my body. You know, my body needs fuel. My body needs fuel. I got to do things. He's always wanting to do things. He never let it make him different. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it made him probably better. Maybe that's what I need to find a way to do.
And also talk to him. He's still here.
Yeah.
So have a conversation and ask him, like, how did you come up with this positive attitude, outlook on life? I mean, I know it has to be the Lord, but I'm sure there's other things too that contributed to it. So he can help you. So you can look to him for strength.
I should do that.
You should.
I should do that. And you know, he'd love to talk to me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He'd talk and talk and talk. I've called him a couple times recently, and I just kind of put the phone on speaker. I put the phone on speaker and just let him get it in because he'd be wanting to talk, but that might be me one day. And you know what I mean? My kids and my grandkids call me, and I'm older. I'm going to want them to take that time to call me, and I'll probably have a lot of things that I want to share with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I always admired him because you would just never know that anything was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And maybe to him, maybe it was wrong, but it still was all right. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. You know, that's just like one of the biggest people I'm ever looked up to my whole life. You know what I mean? He always showed me love in a way that I don't think anybody ever did, you know? And we always need people like that in our lives. The last thing I tell you about my grandpa, and I know he'll come up again on this podcast, you know what I'm saying? But he would always show me how proud he was that he never missed a moment. He would always say, hey, can I come to his house? Bring out the pictures. Check, look at this picture of you, this picture of you, this thing. Like, he never wanted to miss a moment. You know what I'm saying? One thing that will tell you how somebody really feels about you is the time that they put into you. My grandpa ain't missed no time. You know what I mean? And he's always there telling me about moments and times and me and him, my granny. And I remember he took me to Canada, and I sent him that picture sometimes. Me and him I'm sitting on a rock and he's sitting on a rock and we're looking at each other laughing. That's my grandpa. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy called me Prince Basden. You know what I mean? Always called me the prince. But when I was a kid, I used to just think he was being extra. Now I'm old and I'm like, nah, I'm God princes. I'm God's sons. That's how he really looks at me. That's how he really feels about me. That's why he said that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I do need to talk to him for sure. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful that I had somebody like him, and I have him. You know what I'm saying? When I graduated university, he was right there, him and my granny. Both my grannies are gone now, but they were right there holding the diploma, smiling with me. A different type of love, you know what I'm saying? And now I have that love for my kids, you know, and I'm going to want to be there. And you know what? Maybe that's what he was feeling too in some aspect. Like, hey, I got this Crohn's disease, but I need to find a way to be here when my grandson's in his 30s. I need to find a way. And he did that. And it's still right here. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's the same thing. Who knows, you know? But I'm going to talk to him, though, for sure. I appreciate that. What else is going on with you, babe? You know what I mean? We talking about, you know, people in our lives that love us, take the time to spend time with us, teach us things. We're talking about not being our 100% selves, you know what I mean? Looking back, we're not the same version that we used to be. And sometimes we don't even have the same life we used to have, you know what I mean? We make bad decisions. We'll have some of that aspect coming up. You know, people make bad decisions, can't forget themselves. You know what I mean? And that's how my mama feeling. You know what I mean? But that's life. That's life, yo. Life is hard. This is the number one show for getting through the ups and downs of life for a reason, because it's ups and downs. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? But what's up? What else is up with you? You know what I'm saying? What else? I see you just falling back in your chair listening to me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring you back. You know what I mean? But what else has been on your heart? You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying not to stress about upcoming vacation.
We going to Chicago. I'm excited about getting to Chicago. I'm not been to Chicago. I don't know what we're doing, but you're getting a women's conference, so I'm
IRS conference.
My apologies. My bad.
It's a business trip.
Am I supposed to be going, or I just can't because the family situation? Or is it women? It's women?
It's an IRS conference.
For women?
No.
For men and women?
Yes.
But I can't go, though.
You're going to have the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. So
right.
You're saying for women?
No, you clarified that like 30 seconds ago. It's not for women. But I can't go to the IRS conference because we're going to have the kids and somebody got to take care of the kids, right?
Right.
But it is going to be...
It's part of my continuing education for my IRS enrolled agent.
Continue to get better for business and accounting. You know what I mean? But why are you stressing? You stressing about the money part? Or?
It's not, I mean, a little... You know, I be stressing about money. And the other thing is just the logistics of the travel.
Right,
like
right.
It's stressful a little bit when we're traveling with the children, because we're going to be in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think about how we're going to do the car seat, because now Kobe has his own seat on the plane.
Right.
And I'm like, I think we should probably bring the car seat so he can sit in that, because he ain't sitting on nobody's lap.
How are we going to keep him straight on the plane?
In the car seat. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's very peaceful. Like, he don't mind sitting in the car seat.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine with that. So I'm thinking we bring the car seat. But then I'm thinking, well, how are we going to walk through the airport with it? I've seen like car seat book bags, so you can carry it on your back, which might actually be okay, especially if we have to take Uber and Lyft throughout the city while we're there.
Yeah.
Just have a car seat. So anyway, I don't know why, but that's been a little bit stressful.
That's all right. You ain't the only person that stresses about trips and money and all that. And I know these savings is not as looking as good as it was looking like 3 months ago. So I understand that. And you know what? That's a good thing that you also bring as a partner, because you really focus on the finances a lot more than me, and we need financial security. You know what I'm saying? And I always focus on trying to get the money, but I get it. Well, we get it. Let me watch it. You chill, but we get it. But you always have more focus on us keeping it. You know what I mean? And that's very important. You know what I'm saying?
It is. And I've been very intentional this year about the finances.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do need to sit down and go through everything, we need to do a financial statement individual and just I don't think we're off track, but I think we could be a little more aggressive with some of our financial goals.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Talking about sitting down and going through things. One of you guys listening to us today, you might be able to relate to this, but like you always want to feel good. You know what I mean? And some of the things that can make you feel good as you go out in your day is having a clean house. You know what I mean? Going to the gym, taking care of yourself, spending time with your woman or whatever the case may be. But like having a good mental space is very, very important in life. You know what I'm saying? But cleaning things out is something we did recently. And it seems so simple, but after we did it, I felt good. We did that run through all our clothes again, all our shoes, you know what I'm saying? And if the rule was, well, first of all, it's probably like 2 or 3 rules, you know what I'm saying? But one of the rules was, have I seen you enough in this joint? You know what I mean? So you might have that dress, that blue dress, for example, you know what I'm saying, that you've been running for a decade. And I have a little hoodie that I've been running for a decade. But one rule was like, have I seen this enough? Like, have I seen you in this enough? Another rule was, do I feel good wearing this? You know what I'm saying? And then I think another rule was probably like, have I worn it within a year? Yeah, that's pretty much the 3 rules we had. Have I worn it within a year? Have I seen you in this enough? And do I feel good in it? And as we applied damn rules, stuff started going in the donation bag. More and more.
About 10 trash bags.
10 trash bags. So what does that mean? We're holding on to all this stuff, and the stuff, we're wearing it over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It's not feeling good even when we put it on. You know what I'm saying? Or we ain't used it in a year. But yeah, we're holding on to it. Sometimes that be the problem. We be holding on to too much. There's no room to bring in new. So what I would say that's encouraging this, and I tell people out there, as you're going through this, like, bring new things into your life. You don't always got to go for a shopping spree, drop $5,000, 10. Like, go buy 1 pair of new sneakers today. You know what I'm saying? You got some extra money, buy yourself a new pair of shoes. Don't always wait till you have to have one. It's all right. Go, you walking through, you see some nice shoes. Like today, I wasn't going to buy these shoes, but I got a $100 gift card. I saw these LeBrons. They were purple and yellow. I liked them. They were a little expensive. But then I'm in this new energy, which was like, let's just get them. Because getting something new is making me feel good. And it's motivating me. You know what I'm saying? And I have room for it now. Because when I think about my closet, I know exactly where my nice shoes are at. I know where my shoes are at that I decided to keep. But I've also gotten rid of some stuff.
And you can see everything.
And I could see everything. And we got rid of a lot of stuff. Some of them things was hard to say goodbye to.
Let me tell y'all something. I have a favorite dress that I have been wearing. It's probably been 15 years.
Yeah, it's made it from I think it's lasted through 3 decades.
No,
Yes. It's lasted. It's been a part of 3 decades. Yes, I think it is. All right. Here's the real question. Did you have it in your 20s?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
So has it been a part of 3 decades or not? Exactly. I didn't say it's 3 decades old, but it's been a part of your 20s, your 30s, and then you decided, man, you been 40 to just hang on to it a little longer.
It's a good dress.
All right. Yeah, like it's clearly
it's a good dress. I love it. And it hurt me. It really hurt me. But the only reason I got rid of it is because we've all seen me in it enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason. And when I get rid of things, I talk to them. Like when it means a lot to me, I'm like, all right, dress. You served me well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to miss you. Now you go serve somebody else.
You were saying that.
Yeah.
You was like talking to the clothes. You was like, I hope this does something more for somebody else like it did for me and all this.
Because you know what? I also pray over them. Because the stuff that we're getting rid of, like we actually throw away the raggedy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's some things that's a little faded, but sometimes if I've seen you enough in it, it doesn't mean it's raggedy. I've just seen you enough in it. Some of them shoes
Was nice.
were nice, never worn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dang, I never wore these. Why am I holding on to them? I'm probably not going to wear them. They've been sitting in my closet. Oh, my thigh-high boot.
Oh, yeah, you had to let this go, though. But they still look nice, though.
They still look nice because I didn't wear them a lot. But I had those boots when I was dating you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had to let go of some hoodies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, it was hard. It was hard because you're just so used to holding on to stuff. But, like, let it go.
Let it go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wonder why you can't bring nothing in. Just let it go, man. And maybe you can apply these rules the next time you're cleaning out your closet, you're cleaning out things in your life. Like, have I used it in a year? Have I needed it in a year? That could be clothes. That could be a relationship. That could be a person. Like, have you talked to this person in a year? Have they checked on you? Your kids, whether you're alive, breathing or not, have they tapped in a year or two? Maybe they haven't. Are they still really your friend like that? That's a whole nother conversation. But, like, are they really your friend like that? You know, maybe they are, maybe they ain't. You know what I'm saying? Or have you been through enough where you're seeing it enough? You're in that relationship. You had these problems for long enough. It's closed. You had these clothes for long enough. You're seeing it so many times. Like, it's enough of that. It's time to break away from it. Or is it something that somebody else would add even more value out of? And I think that's the important part because, yeah, for us, it's like making way for the new. But while we're holding on to all the stuff we're not using, somebody's out there probably waiting to be blessed. We may not meet them. We might never shake their hand, see their face. But somebody's going to get that red tracksuit, you know what I'm saying, that I wore once. And it's going to be cold outside and they're going to put it on. They're going to feel fresh. Super fresh. Somebody's going to get some of them Nike hoodies that I don't wear just because I like zip-ups better and be like, wow, this is a basically brand new Nike hoodie that I get to have. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's out there got some raggedy shoes. Like, I know my daddy always told me a story growing up about how his toes used to come out the front of his shoes because he didn't have new shoes. Mama couldn't afford to get him shoes. People live like that. We ain't had to live like that. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could be out there with the same raggedy shoes and all of a sudden they ain't got some boots. They ain't got some shoes. You know what I mean? They ain't got some shirts, hoodies, dresses. You know what I mean? And it's like, it works on both sides. You know what I mean? So we're freeing up to receive, but we're also filling somebody else's need. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that you take this step. I'd be lazy. I just be wanting to throw it away. But you always push for us to donate. So I appreciate that too, because that's what we should do. Now, the stuff that obviously that's raggedy that we wouldn't want something, like it's not fair for somebody else to pick up something that's got a hole in it. Or like, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of stuff. And you know it's nice because our daughter came up and grabbed one of the bags and wanted to go shopping for your stuff. So that's how you know you're giving away some nice stuff. Because I think she pulled out a piece or two maybe. I was like, nah, I'm going to keep this for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. But anyway, let it go. Free up space in your life. You know what I mean? Go through your closets, go through and go pick up something new for yourself. You'd be surprised there's little things that could bring you up and, you know, make you feel better about things, even if you don't necessarily feel that way on the inside yet. You know what I mean? We talked about this before, but you can't always walk outside with how you feel on the inside. Sometimes you got to dress it up a little bit. You got to motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got these new shoes today. I like that I'm out of nowhere within the last 3 months. I bought more shoes for myself than I probably had in like 7 years. If you really think about it, then.
You needed it, though. I think you've been in a space for a while now where you just take care of everybody else and you put yourself last. We've both been in that space.
Yeah.
But really you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be a better balance than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I pushed for you to get them. I said, do you like them?
Yeah. You've been pushing a little bit. And then I was like, nah, these are expensive. You're like, well, you got gift cards.
You got gift cards.
And then even last night, when I went out there and I was like, yeah, I got my gift cards and I was looking for like soccer stuff for, you know, the organization and stuff. And he was like, nah, I'm talking about getting yourself something. And I was like, well, this is something for myself. Like, I'm going to use it for soccer. And you're like, nah, something just for you. Not a goal, not cones, not soccer balls. That's for the kids, but like something for you. And it is different. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. So now when we go somewhere, you have stuff to wear. That's important. You can already look in your closet and be like, okay, you know, I like to put on a little show. Okay, am I going to give them this today or am I going to give them that? Babe, what you think I should do? Should I give them sexy? Should I give them, you know, the sport?
When have I ever asked you, should I give them sexy? Stop it.
No, I'm saying me.
Oh.
Me. Remember the other day?
If I ever come up to you talking about, hey, babe, should I give them sexy today? I need you to ask me what's up with me. I need you to at least ask me, what is up with you, bro? Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? That I need you to ask me about, and I ain't know nothing. But once we're in the gym and all that, but the minute that you see me on Instagram, just randomly with my shirt off, just talk, like, come talk to me. Just come talk to me because something's off. Yeah, I'm not, you know, it could be pride, but if you just see me, all of a sudden I'm on Instagram all the time with my shirt off, you know, good live and all that. Just
be a midlife crisis.
Nah, like I said, come talk to me. You know what I mean?
You might see me with my shirt off.
Either that or I'm gonna come home in a slingshot or some type of drop top Mercedes. Like just talk to me.
This body together. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably too conservative to be on there showing my abs though.
I don't know about that. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I gotta stop. I'm just saying check in. Just check in. You ain't gotta come and be like, hey, put your shirt on like something's wrong with you. But just check in. Just make sure I'm straight. And I'm gonna check in for you. Just make sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Check in if I start doing the little butt poses and stuff.
With your little kissy face, like everybody else on the internet. You know what I mean?
I think I'm a little too conservative though.
Hey, but you know what though? I don't even know why that just sparked something. But you know what? I love that you're different. And I love that when I see you on Instagram, like you could do all that and you got the body and all that, but I just love that every time I see you post, every time I see you, you ain't a reflection of anything that I see. Now, I might see it in private, you know what I'm saying? I might see it in private, you know? That's a lot of things in private we ain't about to pop off on here. But I like that, you know what I mean? If I scroll on my Instagram and I see 50 women, 48 of them, it's got they back arched, you know what I'm saying, with the kiss face and all that. And you're not going to be one of the 48. I love that about you. You know, I love that about you.
Well, thank you.
It's like you just stand out. And it always catches your eye when you see something that you don't see all the time. And I ain't knocking all the women that's out there that's about to go listen to this podcast and then go on Instagram with your kiss face pose. I know that's the way to do it. But I'm just saying, I like that you're different. And I like that you don't be just following trends or following what other people do. Like you're like really your own woman. Yeah,
I just want to document the journey. And I know that it inspires people. And I'm not even really trying to be an inspiration. Not really, but I'm using myself as an example because you can see I've been working out for a very long time. And I may not be where I want to be, but I never give up. I never give up. Sometimes I go through periods where I give up. Sometimes I go through days where I'm like, I'm done. I want the bread, putting in the ice cream, and I go get it.
Right.
I sure do. But I think it's important to show those flaws. Like you'll show me, I'll show myself failing at something or struggling through an exercise because it's hard. So anyway, I appreciate you appreciating that about me.
For real.
Because I'm really not trying to be, I'm not trying to be anything except for myself. And I wouldn't feel comfortable showing certain parts. You're going to see certain things because it's just the way I'm shaped. But I'm not trying to accentuate anything. I'm not trying to draw any attention to anything. I'm just trying to show myself and my workout and my progress, my day.
So you some things they just can't see just because of how you shaped. Is that your subtle flex? Is that your subtle flex? You know what I'm saying? Like some things it's just can't be there, brother. Like, you know what I mean? It's just my shape. I can't hide it. You low key be like, I hear you. No, I hear you. It's all right. I know what you're doing. I'm not. I'm taking it to the level you're not addressing, which is the fact that I don't need to show it because I show it anyway. It's natural.
I have a nice shape.
Yeah, all right. I know.
Okay.
So why you feeling the way? Because I put a little point on it.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to. The only person I want to see my shape is you.
Listen,
but
we know, honey, I know that. I'm not even like, I'm not trying to say you're trying to show it to everybody. I'm just highlighting the fact that you are saying that even if I ain't trying to show you, you can't help but see it. You know
You're
all right, my bad. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. I ain't trying to get in trouble today. I appreciate your shape that I'm gonna see no matter what. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as we take people on our journey. Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, since we talk about shapes, I do like showing it a little bit at the gym because when I'm in the mirror and I see the movements and the progress on my body, like it's nice to wear clothes that show stuff.
Is that why? Is that why you wearing damn shorts? Damn purple shorts?
I get hot.
Like you know what damn purple shorts are doing. You know exactly what they're doing. Talking and here's the thing: you be talking about nobody's looking at you. I'm on the treadmill, ain't nobody watching me, and then I walk past you on the treadmill, and I'm like, good gosh.
Listen, it's hot. Like I'm dressing to be comfortable. Like honestly, I'm not even real. I don't really care about my bottom half.
I do.
The top.
I do.
Anyway, all I'm trying to say is I do dress a certain way in the gym. Like I'm not trying to be anything. It's
I know.
Cool.
I know.
But
you look good. You look good. You look good. I'm not. I'm just saying you look good. You look amazing. Nah, but it's good though. And you know what? I ain't realized until you got me to sleeve the shirts or whatever. Like it is a little motivating when you can see like, that what you're doing and that is doing something. So I feel you.
And I be hot. Like everything. I be sweating.
Talk about sweating. All right, listen, y'all. Anybody that's been through this experience, I have not had this experience until today. All right. I went into the sauna at the gym. So first off, me and Randy hit the gym up, did an 80-minute workout, felt great, little mix of weights, cardio, you know what I mean? We was really in tune doing our things, you know what I mean? Took some videos on the last set and everything, the struggle set. That's pretty much the last set is always the struggle set. So if you ever see our clips on IG working out and all that, it ain't no fake. Let me just get some fake clips to like pump IG. Every time we record in the clip is literally the last set, the struggle set. Yeah. So it's like, it's literally like us capturing like the true workout part. Cause the first set is usually easy. The second one, it's burning a bit. And that third one is like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Well, I've been seeing on TikTok the benefits of a sauna.
Well, we decided to go in it today. And you know what? What was your experience like in this sauna? You know what I'm saying?
It was hot.
Hot. So hot.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever been in a sauna like seriously.
I might have been in one.
Like as a kid, seen something good, went in there for a second and got out. But to sit in that daggone sauna for 10 minutes.
It was only supposed to be 5.
It was supposed to be 5, but it started to feel good after about 3. I was like, something's going on here.
I wonder what that is, but I did notice the same thing. So I went in the sauna or whatever. Within like 30, well, first off, when I got in the sauna, it was 2 other guys in there, and they were in there talking about like hoops and everything. So I realized like when I went in there, it was warm or whatever, but I kind of took it a little lightly because these guys are just in there chopping it up about basketball and looking at YouTube highlights and stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I guess they've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Because when I set up, the guy moved over so I could sit down, and I was a minute in, and I was dripping sweat. My shirt's wet, my face is wet, and all I could think about was like, this is a suffocating heat like never before. You know what I'm saying? And one of the good things that's been happening with the gym is like changing our mindset and everything. And mindset is everything. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Mindset is so important. But like the mindset that I've been told lately is like, don't let my mind run my body completely, because my mind's going to tell me that's enough. And that sticks in my head. Like, how do I get to the next level when I know that my mind is always going to keep me at the level I'm at? So when I get in there and I get hot, my mind's telling me, get out of here. It's too hot. You can't do this. But I went past a minute, went to 2 minutes, started texting you. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? And maybe like 3 minutes in, I'm dripping sweat. I feel like I'm starting to feel like energy. So it's like on one hand, I'm super hot. But on the other hand, I'm like, something is happening right here. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I started texting you about it. Then I sent you a Google picture of like the benefits of the sauna and everything. So we started texting each other back and forward. Then you decide to come in when it was like 5 minutes or so and say, oh, I want to stay to this time. So it ended up getting to 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. But stepping out, you know, being in the sauna was like, I'm going through the fire for something. You know what I mean? I'm going through this heat to get these benefits, but it's not easy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's giving me more energy. It's healing powers. It's taking toxins out of your body, all of this stuff. But look what you got to go through for that to happen. I'm dripping sweat, crazy, to the point that I literally can't even think about nothing else. But I want to go back because I feel like it did something. And I could recognize that it was doing something. So my whole point with that is we're just talking about the sauna, but like when you're going through something and it's real tough, pay attention because it could be doing something for you, even though it's real hard, even though it's really challenging, even though you're thrown in the fire, like what is it doing for you? And don't just look at the negative part. You know what I mean? Look at like what's actually happening. Because if you just look at the negative part, you might miss the bigger thing, which is, first of all, I've never been in the sauna before. So I got pulled in here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And other people's in here, they're going through it. But I feel something happening in my body I ain't felt before. Then I started thinking about my grandpa. This is my grandpa's episode, you know what I'm saying? But he had a sauna in his house. Just right in the freaking spare bedroom, big sauna. And he be going in there all the time. It's older, you know what I'm saying? And I could say, oh, okay, maybe that's part of his health regimen too. So I'm like, and I looked it up and it's like, oh, you can actually be in the sauna every day. You just got to be hydrated. So maybe that's something we add to our workout thing, which is like, we're going to have some, I don't think I can do the sauna and then work out. I think it's got to be
the other way. I did feel complete.
Yeah.
Like we had, like I would say today, we definitely gave 100% on our own, like no trainers, no rush to leave. Like we really got in there. We got in there early. We did what we had to do, had fun, recorded. We worked hard. And then the sauna was like the fire. Mm-hmm. And it was complete.
I'm glad we did that.
Me too.
As I bump your coffee and all that, I apologize.
It tastes a little watered down, right?
A little bit. But it's so hot, I only needed a little bit. I ain't need too much. You know what I mean?
Changed the sugar. So instead of like regular processed sugar, it's monk fruit sugar.
I could tell. I could tell it ain't what it was. But I ain't gonna complain. You know what I mean?
Man, we just have to adjust.
Yeah, I could tell it ain't the usual. You know what I'm saying? But as we go through this journey, you know what I mean, to try to be better people, to try to just level up and prolong life and be here for our families, our kids, ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You guys are about to grow with us. You know what I mean? So make sure you follow the Dex and Randy show. You can learn a lot from us. We're just very real on our podcast about everything that we deal with in life, the ups and downs of it. And the last thing I want to close out with today, which I'm going to say real short because I want to talk about this more later, but like knowing your worth, you know what I'm saying? Really knowing your worth. And sometimes when you realize that you're in situations where maybe your worth is not being valued for what it really is, you got to make some changes. And those changes could be a little scary. So I'm in short, what I want you guys to stay with me on this, but I'm starting my own soccer organization. I'm excited about that, partner with my uncle to do it. You know what I mean? And we have a vision to one day have our own complex, you know what I mean, our own fields, and literally have our own soccer organization where people come have tournaments at our locations, bring teams there to compete. We got concession stands there. We got training there, and it literally be our own thing because I've been coaching my own premier team for about a year and a half. And I started to break down the numbers. And it's not about numbers because I do it for the love. I love soccer, football, you know what I mean, calling Bermuda football, but most people know that's soccer, but I love it. But I started breaking the numbers down and I was like, I'm giving something 40 out of 52 weeks a year. And it's all basically donation time when you really think about it, which is completely fine because I love it. But I'm not shortchanging the experience at all. I give my all to it. And I just started to think, and maybe you'll be at home and starting to think about something. Maybe it's a job you work for. Maybe it's a relationship you're in or whatever. And you're like, hey, I give my all to this. What if I gave my all to something else? What could that look like? And that's kind of where I'm at. And because of me and you being in this investing season type of thing, I'm not really afraid to like dream more. But it's been on my mind at least once a day, which is like, I think I could do this. I think that I could literally grow my own soccer organization in one day. And it's called Triangle Soccer Academy. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. You know what I'm saying? But one day, what would that feel like for me to get up every day and just coach soccer, have my businesses, have my podcast, but like do something that I love that I would do for free because I do it for free. But what's the next level? You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to think more of like, not where I'm at, but where do I want to go? So I love my team. I love what I currently do. But do I want to do it for 10 years, 20 years? Is that the end goal? Like, have I made it already in coaching? Probably not. And I'm really excited of this idea of like having my own organization. So I want y'all to stay with me on that. Just like you see us going through the workout thing and the ups and downs of that, like check in on me. Like, do I end up being somebody that one day has created their own organization where people come and use our venues and use our facilities, and kids are there having an amazing experience learning soccer because of something that I created and something that I'm a part of, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited about that. Keep me in your thoughts, you know what I mean? Of course, Randi's going to be there with me because she's there for everything.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say,
what's up?
Make a decision, not the what if one day, but one day. Like, make the decision, I'm going to have my own soccer facility.
Well, you know what that is. You know what that is, right?
What's that?
Doubt.
Oh.
And fear. And that's why I need you. But that's why I need you. But you know what? You're right. I am going to have it. And I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen.
And pray about it.
And I can do
it. It's in God's will.
It's going to happen. And I'm going to put the work in. And no matter how hard it is, we're not going to be denied. Because the thing is, we know ball. We know the game, and we love children, and we love making a difference, and we family. So why wouldn't it work? Why, if it doesn't work, who do you point at? You see what I'm saying? So thank you, because the right way is stay tuned and watch us make it happen, because we are going to make it happen. Triangle Soccer Academy, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that's big, and we believe in it. Just like everything else that we're doing, make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow our podcast, Dax and Randi Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all platforms that have podcasts. Me and Randi, we guys are here for you, being real about the ups and downs of life and everything involved in and everything we do, from making money, spending money, having kids, starting organizations, working out together, trying to be healthy, you know what I mean, trying to be better, trying to help you guys out. You know what I'm saying, with the things that you go through in your life. And we take this time because we really care. We got a message. And it means a lot to us, right, man? You got anything else? All right, till next time. Peace. Make sure you follow the Dax and Randi Show on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on YouTube. Let us know what you're going through. This is the #1 show for going through the ups and downs of life. We want to hear from you, engage with you. Till next time. Peace.